Hey everybody, how's it going? Mackenzie here, calling for duty with YogaPod Fort Collins. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me in my living room here. Friday evening Flow 1 class. It's going to be really fun. So we're going to give it a few minutes to allow everybody to hop on and get settled in. If you're on and you're here, go ahead and say hi. So I know you're here. Go ahead and let me know if the sound is okay and if the lighting is okay. Yes, Adeline's making an appearance. Hopefully the kitties stay on the couch and don't come onto the mat. But again, it's Mackenzie. I hopped on a few minutes early just to make sure that I can get it set up because, you know, technology, things can happen. So we'll give it a few minutes. Class will start at 6 o'clock. And, you know, with these flow classes, I take a lot of pride in my playlists that I use when I'm at the studio teaching my classes. So at this time when we're here at home teaching, unfortunately we're not using music just for, you know, like copyright. I don't even know why, but we're just not using music right now. And it changes my practice dramatically not having the music. And it's making me realize how much energy I gain from the music that is being played. So if you enjoy doing yoga to music and you're on Spotify, you could press pause and go over to your Spotify and search for my name, Mackenzie Shampoo, Champaux. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one, so I don't know if there's any other Mackenzie Shampoos on Spotify, but you can find me. And really, any of my lists would be okay. There's a few of them that are slow lists, so those are going to be more slow songs. But any of the lists that are named after months, they would be good for any of the flows. So if you like music, head over to my Spotify. You can also look up YogaPod on Spotify, and there are some good mixes there as well. So, yeah, little word to the wise. But while we give it a few more minutes, yeah, again, if any of you guys are on and watching, go ahead and say hi so I know who's there. I see that Molly's here, my sister from Nebraska. I want to kind of see who else is watching. All right, so another thing that you can do, well, it seems like we're going to be in our houses for maybe another 6 weeks or so, hop on to YogaPod Fort Collins Facebook page, which you're probably already on anyways, and if you go into the video section or just scroll down through the news feed, you will see, I mean, we have over 40 yoga classes that we taped live, and now we just have them there archived that you can enjoy at any time. So head back to any of those previous classes. There are a few that I have taught along with so many other of our amazing instructors. And then if you Google YogaPod on YouTube, you will find all of those videos as well. So if you're feeling like you just need to move your body a little bit, roll out your mat, put on one of those videos, and use that as a guidance to move through a flow. So, okay, so for the class today, it is our Flow 1 sequence. So it's our spring sequence. We'll be moving through this for the next 3 months until we move to our summer flow. And we're moving towards a peak posture of half moon. So it's Ardha Chandrasana is the Sanskrit word for that. So half moon Within that posture, we're doing a lot of different things. So the main thing that I think of when I think of half moon is it's a balancing posture. We're balancing on one leg with that posture, and at the same time, we are lengthening out through the top of our head and through our other foot. So we're finding length. We are also expanding through our arms, so we're finding expansion as well. So we're doing a lot of things while we're in this peak posture. So just know that I'm going to give you some points that you can move up to work towards the fullest expression, but don't push yourself because it is a balancing posture. I mean, it's okay to fall out of the balancing posture. You'll just, get right back up into it. But know that you can take it in steps and work on those steps so that you can eventually get to that full expression with the proper alignment and all of that. So, yeah, it's a really fun peak posture. I enjoy utilizing a block when I'm in my half moon. For the sake of class, I'm just going to use a different type of prop. So I'm using a soup can. For our half moon, again, just using it to help me balance. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure onto it. So you could use I don't know, really anything with this type of height, or even a water bottle or something like that. So I find it helpful. Don't feel like you have to use it. I will certainly give you some guidelines to work into that posture without any sort of prop. But no, you can always press pause, go grab like a soup can or two, and then come back. The other prop that might be helpful for you in class is a strap. We are moving into, one of the postures we're moving into is a balancing posture, which will utilize maybe a strap to find length. You can do this posture without the strap. I will give you some modifications that you can do if you don't have a strap. But I just went and grabbed a scarf. So just a scarf that I'd be wearing in the winter. That's what I'm going to use for the sake of class. So if you have an actual yoga strap, you can grab that, or maybe just grab a belt or a scarf. So you can press pause, go grab that if you want. Again, totally optional. So let's get going with the yoga, huh? That's why we're here. So let's come seated on our mats. So I want you to face the front of your mat. For the sake of the camera though, I'm going to face the camera here. But just come into an easy seated pose. So Sukhasana is what we call that in the Sanskrit language, but your legs may be crossed, one shin crossed over the other. You don't want to necessarily stack. You want to give them each their own space here. Now root your hands into the top of your knees or your thighs. Go ahead and close your eyes here. So we want to come to our place of center here. We want to find our roots here at the beginning of class. So kind of wiggle around if you need to. We want to root down into our sits bones here. So feel the ground underneath you. Feel where your body is connecting to the earth. Feel that support. As much as we're rooting down, we want to lift up through our heart, through our shoulders, through the top of our head. Now we don't want to bring our shoulders all the way up into our ears, but lifting up through your chest, then maybe you'll gently soften your shoulders down your back. Again, keeping your eyes closed, feeling that length of your spine, feeling the foundation of your sits bones, maybe your ankles, maybe your thighs are rooted into the ground. And come to your breath here. Start to take some nice long inhales and exhales. So mainly inhales and exhales through your nose. Now as you continue on with class, if you're feeling overheated or anything like that, taking big exhales through your mouth helps to release a lot of air, a lot of heat. For now at the beginning of class, as we're trying to find our center, as we're trying to find our foundation, take the inhales and exhales through your nose. Really long, deep breaths. So maybe 3, 4, or 5 count inhales, followed by equal count exhales. Beautiful. One more round here on your own. Now we're going to come into Samavriti breath, which is equal part breath. And I'm going to do a different variation today than what I've done on some of my previous classes. So again, close your eyes, root your palms into the top of your knees, your thighs. Send energy up through the crown of your head. On an inhale through your nose for 4 counts. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Then hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now exhale out your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to move through a couple more rounds here. So finding 4 count on your inhale, finding 4 count at the top and at the bottom of the breath, and then 4 count on the exhale. So again, inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale at the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold at the bottom for 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Just coming back to your normal inhales and exhales. Now when we find that equal part breath, it helps us to find some balance within our body, within our system. It helps to calm the flight or fight mode that a lot of us are feeling right now, as we're feeling maybe stressed, maybe we're feeling overwhelmed, maybe our workload is a lot more or cut significantly less. We're all in different situations and scenarios here. So again, with all of those situations, regardless of what it is, fight or flight will come up. We'll start to shorten our breath. Our breath will be held up really high into our chest. We want to focus on finding the deep, long inhales and exhales, and coming to that equal part breath will be helpful. So just store that there into your back pocket. Use that as a tool off of your mat if you find yourself overwhelmed. So we're going to continue on with practice here, find a little bit more movement with our body. So go ahead and plant your hands. We're going to come into a tabletop position from here. So plant your hands and step back one knee at a time. So coming into your tabletop, your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are under your hips here. Your back is long and straight. So gaze is right out in front of you. You want to think energy out through the top of your head, energy out through your heels. You're really rooting into the earth. Now we're going to move with our breath here. So exhale everything out. Inhale for cow pose. Take your gaze up, filling up your lungs, drop your belly. Exhale for cat. Press the mat away here. You're going to tuck your chin, curl your spine. Inhale for cow, gaze up, slowly drop your belly, maybe slight bend in your elbows. Exhale for cat, again press the mat away, send your navel to your spine, rooting through your knees and your palms. Inhale, cow, gaze up. Exhale, cat, find flexion through your spine. Last one, inhale, expand through your chest. And exhale, cat. Awesome job. Now move through 2 more rounds at your own pace. So using your own inhales and exhales. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine tabletop. Go ahead and walk your hands forward just a little bit. Curl your toes. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. So create an inverted V with your body here. So first, like we were saying, you want to find your foundation. So let's talk about our hands here. So you want to create big, wide grip with your hands, as if you're palming maybe like a volleyball or something. Lifting up right through the center, the palm of your hand here. Now bring just a little bit of your weight into your fingertips. This is going to relieve just a little bit of pressure here from your wrists. Hug your elbows in. Now find length through your armpits. Send your hips up high. Always know you can bend your knees as much as you need to. And then as you find some of that flexibility, you can begin to straighten out your legs. You can begin to work your heels down towards the ground. Now again, find your breath. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, bend your knees. And exhale, with small steps, walk your feet to your hands at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. So with this variation, keep your hands, keep your fingers to the mat, lengthen out through your spine, gaze out in front of you. Exhale, forward fold. Pour your heart over the top of your thighs. Let the top of your head work down. Now 2 more. Inhale, halfway lift. This time hands to your shins. Again, lengthen through your spine. Extend out through your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift, your variation. Exhale, fold. Now root down through your feet. They should be about hip width distance. Inhale, rise up, come to standing. Arms will come with overhead, filling up your lungs. Exhale, hands next to your body, Tadasana. So face your palms out in front of you here. So standing in Tadasana, standing in mountain pose. Feet are hip width distance here. Now we want to find our foundation, so lift all 10 toes off the ground. Find the 4 corners of each foot, really rooting them down, and then you can drop 1 toe down at a time. Really find a good, solid foundation. Just like a house, you can't build a house on an unbalanced foundation, so level it out. And then build it up from there. So engage through your legs. You'll almost find a lift right above your kneecaps as you engage through your thighs. Hug up through your belly. So we're not sucking in, but we're almost zipping up through the low part of our belly. Hugging our navel to our spine. Lift up again through the top of your head. Draw your shoulders down your back, Tadasana. Now we'll move on with our breath. Inhale, extended mountain, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Press your palms in together, thumbs to your sternum. Inhale, extended mountain, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach. And exhale, fold forward. So hinge at your hips, and now keep the flat spine the whole way down. You're going to protrude your chest out in front of you. Keep your hands at your chest all the way until you let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, extended mountain, reach your arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, thumbs to your sternum, Samastihiti. Inhale, extended mountain, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach with your arms. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Hinge at your hips. Now, as you're folding forward, again, bend your knees if you need to. If you have tight hamstrings, keep them bent as long as you need. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Last one, inhale, extended mountain, root to rise, reach with your arms. Exhale, hands through heart center, thumbs to your chest. Inhale, extended mountain, reach. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, plant your hands and step back into a high plank. So high plank, it's as if you're in a high push-up here. So your palms are rooted into the ground here. Again, find that big wide grip. Now our shoulders, we don't want to sink down into our shoulder blades. That's going to cause injury over time if we're hanging out and putting a lot of pressure in our shoulder blades. So from here, we need to press out of our shoulder blades. This is going to puff up the area right in between your shoulders here. Now feel long and straight. Think long line of energy through the top of your head, down through your heels. Hold here on your plank. And then exhale, go ahead and drop to your knees. And then find a seated, an easy seated position here. So I am going to run through what's called a chaturanga dandasana. So if you know what a chaturanga is, if you've done a lot of flow 1s or flow 2s or ashtangas at YogaPod, then you know where I'm going with this. But for those of you who may not be familiar, I'm going to run through and give you some suggestions, some modifications on this chaturanga dandasana. Alignment is so important. So shoulder injuries can happen during chaturanga if it's not done with proper alignment. So just make sure to modify as long as you need, as much as you need, and be okay with that. So first step is we always come to a chaturanga from a high plank. So I'm starting here in my high plank. I'm long and strong. I'm thinking long line of energy through the top of my head, out through my heels. Now, if you notice yourself with your hips sagging low, if you notice yourself with your hips piking up, maybe you're dropping down, you're not feeling solid within your arms, at that point, that is a good notation that you need to drop to your knees. So from your high plank, you just drop right here to your knees. We're in an extended tabletop. So we're here on our inhale, we're gazing forward, we're drawing our chest forward, finding a very slight tuck of our tailbone, and then on our exhale, lower down, work our elbows in towards our midline. I'm shaking, I'm using strength as I'm lowering all the way down. So the tops of my feet are rooted into the earth, hands under my shoulders. Inhale for cobra, we're gonna lift head, neck, upper back, and then exhale, lower down. Coming into tabletop, so we're meeting in downward facing dog. So get there any way that you would like. So that is going to be the modified version. So take the whole class from the modified version. If this is your first yoga class, do them all from your knees. Build up that strength. You will notice once you're doing the chaturangas from your knees, when it starts to get easier, pop up, do a few off of your knees, and continue to build your strength. So let's start in our high plank, and we're going to move through a chaturanga together. So I'm going to do the fullest variation. We're here on an inhale, shifting forward slightly. Exhale, lower down, half wing. We're hugging elbows in. Tops of your feet root into the earth, upward facing dog. So our knees, our hips are lifted, arms are straight, gaze out in front. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, yogis. We're going to move on. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain, root to rise. Exhale, hands through, heart center. Inhale, extended mountain, reach. Exhale, fold forward, hands through your heart. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, chaturanga here. Your variation, step back into high plank. Move through your own pace, moving with your breath. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale together. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog, so kick back through your right heel. Exhale, step through to your right thumb. So right here into a lunge position, finding our foundation, finding our roots. Right knee is directly above your right ankle here. On our lunge, we're going to inhale. We're going to shine through our chest, lengthening out. And exhale, pyramid variation. So straighten your right leg, send your chin to your shin, hands stay to the ground. Inhale, back into lunge, bend your right knee, gaze out in front of you. Exhale, pyramid variation, straighten your right leg. Now to bend a little bit deeper, bend through your elbows. Inhale, back into lunge, bend your right knee. And exhale, pyramid variation. Feel the stretch along the back side of your right leg. Inhale, back into lunge, bend through your right knee, hinge forward. And exhale, high plank. Step back into your high plank. Move through your chaturanga. High plank, down to your low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in together. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through to your left thumb, finding that lunge again, finding your alignment. Inhale, shine forward. Exhale, pyramid variation, straighten and hinge a little bit deeper. Inhale, back into lunge. Bend your left knee, gaze out in front of you. Exhale, pyramid variation, straighten your left leg. Feel the stretch along the back side of your left thigh. Last one, inhale, back into lunge. Exhale, pyramid, modification. Inhale, back into lunge, bend your left knee. And exhale, high plank. Chaturanga from here, so high plank, down to your low plank, hug your elbows in, feel your strength. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog, pike your hips high, press the mat away. Inhale, fill it up. And exhale, let it go. Moving along here, inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, so shift your knee to your nose. Shift your shoulders over your wrist. Inhale, kick back, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, step right in between your hands here. So different foot variation, we're working into warrior two. So you want to pivot your left foot so it becomes parallel to the back end of the mat. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Arms come to a T. Sink deeply into your right knee here. So gaze down to your feet. You want to find your foundation. Maybe you bring your hands to your hips. Look down. You want to find a heel to arch alignment. So the heel of your front foot in line with the back arch of your back foot. Deep bend in your right knee. It's going to come over your right ankle. Left leg is long and straight. You're rooting into the blade edge of the left foot. Arms reach to the front and the back. Your arms are not noodle arms. They're engaged as if there's lasers pointing out the tops of your fingers here. Continue to breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe you sink just a little bit deeper into your right knee. Feel strong. Inhale, reverse warrior. So low body stays the same. Take your right arm and work it towards the back of the space. You want to keep your shoulders open, so roll your right shoulder down your back. Feel the stretch through your right side body, little to no weight in your left hand. And then find your breath again. Deep exhale. Inhale, arms to a T. Reach forward with your right hand. This is going to send your left hip back. Now on your exhale, tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. Extended side angle here. Now you can hang out here. Your right arm comes to the inside of your right knee. You're pressing your right knee back behind you, feeling that opening through your right hip. Keeping the bend in that right knee, left arm reaches high to the sky, or extend it to the front of the space, feeling that long stretch through your left side body. Roll your left shoulder down your back. One more inhale. And stay for your exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle. So straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm to the back of the space. So again, think long line of energy through the fingers of your right hand, down to the toes of your right foot. Also working your left fingers down, you're stretching through your right side body. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, arms to a T. So we're setting up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach forward with your right hand. This is going to send your left hips back. And exhale, tick-tock your arms, triangle pose. Right hand comes to the inside of your right knee here. Point your fingers down to the mat. Roll your left shoulders down your back. Both legs are long and straight. Both arms are long and straight. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, rise up, arms to a T. At the same time, parallel your feet, toes face forward. You want to lengthen, filling up your lungs. And exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Again, keep a flat spine, so move as slow as you need to engage through your core and slowly lower down. Hands will eventually reach the ground. Now grab for what you can. Maybe it's the outside edges of your feet. Maybe it's your big toes with your peace fingers. Maybe you grab for your ankles. Let your head hang heavy. Take the gaze back behind you. And use the strength of your arms here to pull your chest into the middle of your thighs here. This may allow you to shift a little bit of your weight to the balls of your feet. Make sure to breathe here. One more inhale. And exhale. Release your hands down under your shoulders. Inhale for a halfway lift. Lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, twist to the right. So reach your right arm high. We're twisting through our spine, keeping our hips even, reaching through our right fingers. One more inhale. And exhale, release your right hand down to the ground. You're going to keep it a halfway lift. Inhale, twist to the left. Reach your left fingers high. And exhale, drop it down. Let everything hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, lunge to the top of the space. So bend your right knee, come back into a lunge. Step back into high plank. And from here, your chaturanga. So if you drop to your knees, drop them down. Shift forward a little bit. Exhale, lower down all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Beautiful job. Inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift it forward, shoulders over your wrist, press the mat away. Inhale, kick back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through right in between your hands. So again, pivot your right foot parallel to the back end of the mat. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. And settle in by bending deeply through your left knee. Now take a look down at your right toes. So again, you want that right foot to be parallel to the back end of the mat. But if you can, if it's within your practice, maybe guide your toes towards the front. So this is going to bring that back foot at just a little bit of an angle, keeping the bend in your left knee at the same time, reaching to the front and back of the space, and breathing here. One more inhale. Hold for your exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. So low body stays the same. Reach your left arm to the back. Stretch through your left side body. Focus here on your left knee. Work it towards your left pinky toe. Open up through your hips. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, extend forward, then tick-tock your arms So extended side angle here, left arm to the inside of your left thigh. Right arm reaches high or to the front. This depends on how much of a stretch you want. Make sure not to drop down into your left side body. So you want to lift up through your obliques, finding a little bit of strength right there. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, rise up, arms to a T. Straighten your left leg. And exhale, Trikonasana. So shift forward, send your hip back, then tick-tock your arms. Now if you have your props here, you can always place your block or your prop preferably to the pinky edge of your left foot. Now this will allow you to set your fingertips onto the prop. If you need a little bit of assistance, a little bit of modification, this will still allow you to build strength here. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, rise up, arms to a T, parallel your feet. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. So take your gaze out, keep your back long and straight. Hinge at your hips, and then let it all hang heavy here. So again, this is an active posture. So we're grabbing for something, our ankles, our big toes. We want to activate through our feet. So you're almost lifting up right through the center of your foot, lifting up through your knees, send your hips high to the sky, pull your chest forward. One more inhale. On your exhale, let your hands come under your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Twist open to the left, reach your left arm high. And exhale, drop it back down. Keep it in a halfway lift with your spine. Inhale, twist to the right. Reach up high with your right fingers. And exhale, drop it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lunge to the front of your space. Creep and crawl, bend your left knee. Step back into high plank. And then here we are with our chaturanga. We move again through many of these. So use it to build strength. If you feel like your chaturanga is unsafe, drop to your knees, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath here, fill it up. Exhale, let it go. Now we're going to move on, one breath, one movement. So vinyasa is moving with your breath, finding that dance within your body and your breath. So we're going to pick up the pace. We're going to speed it up. We're not going to hold into those postures. We're going to move into it with one breath and then move into the next one with the next breath. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, kick back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through right in between your hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior two, find heel to arch alignment. And exhale, settle in, find the bend through your right knee. Inhale, reverse warrior, paint the sky. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten both legs. Stretch through your right side body. Exhale, Trikonasana. Lift through your right obliques. Inhale, rise up, arms to a T, feet parallel. Lift up through your chest. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lunge, creep and crawl to the front. Step back into high plank. And chaturanga, high plank down to low plank. Hug your elbows in. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, press the mat away, feel your strength. Inhale, kick back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through right in between your hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, reverse warrior, paint the sky with your left hand. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle proper, reach and tick-tock your arms. Inhale, rise up, arms to a T, feet parallel. And exhale, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lunge to the top of your mat. Step back into high plank. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. And exhale, let it go. Now use your inhale and use your strength to walk your hands back to your feet. So you're at a forward fold, back of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, extended mountain root to rise. Reach your arms. Exhale, Tadasana, hands next to your body, palms face forward. Alrighty, so go ahead and grab a drink if you would like. We're going to move into a balancing posture. Don't mind me. So we're going to do 2 balancing postures back to back, and then we'll move back into our flow before we pivot into our peak posture. So the first balancing posture is tree pose. So for you, keep facing towards the front of your mat like you have been. I'm going to turn towards the camera. So we need to root through one leg. We're going to start with our left leg. So lift up the 5 toes of your left leg and find the 4 corners of that left foot here. So there's 2 points at the top and then there's 2 points down in the heel. Really ground down into those points and then lower 1 toe down at a time. Really finding a good solid foundation under that foot. Now we need strength throughout the entire leg. So find that engagement, almost a lift above your left kneecap, hugging in through your left hip. And now we're going to find our variation with our right foot. So either kickstand at your ankle, you can bring your right foot up to your calf, or even to the inside of your left thigh here. So the one thing you want to remember is to avoid the knee. Do not put your right foot directly on your knee. That can cause injury very quickly. So either above it or below it, or find the kickstand. Now be okay with where you're at here. Every day is going to feel different. And you have to have that rooted standing leg before you can go into fullest expression. Here's where I'm at today. Lift up through the top of your head. So tree pose, Vrikshasana, here we are. Hands can come to heart center to find some more roots. Pressing your palms into each other, pressing your thumbs into your sternum. Find your breath here. 1 more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then release your foot. Let it go. Pedal it out. Shake it out. We're going to find that on the other side now. So root down through your right foot here. Lift the 5 toes on your right foot. Find the 4 corners there of your right foot. And then slowly lower down 1 toe at a time. Finding that good foundation. Now you're not going to have a good foundation if you start to curl in through your toes. So find flat onto the mat. Lifting up through your right kneecap. Hugging up through your right hip. And then find your variation. Maybe similar to the other side. Now one thing that can happen here, so we have the long, unbroken right standing leg here, and then our hip might start to protrude out to the right. So we want to bring that right hip back to the midline. You're pressing the sole of your left foot into your right leg just as much as you're pressing back with your right leg. Again, breathing here, maybe hands to heart center. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale, hold your balance, and then release. Pedal it out, maybe dance it out a little bit. We're gonna move into our second balancing posture of class. So with this posture, you may want a strap or a belt or again, a scarf. So I'm grabbing my scarf that I was wearing yesterday when it was snowing, and now today I can use it in my YogaFlow. So we're moving into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. That is the Sanskrit word. It essentially means I'm standing, I'm extended, and I'm reaching my big toe to my hand. So this is essentially where we're moving towards. I like to use the strap because I find that my shoulders are very tight. My right shoulder tends to draw in, and I want to be able to bring that back into its socket. So let's first start with our foundation. We're going to root down through our left standing leg, again lifting up those 5 toes, finding the 4 corners, rooting down through the left toes. Now bring your right knee to 90 degrees, flex your right toes. Here's step 1. If you're working on your balance and you feel really wobbly today, hang out here. Lift the top of your head towards the sky. Draw your shoulders down and back. Feel proud and strong in this posture. If you want to move forward, grab with your peace fingers to your big toes. You can grab for the inside or outside edges of that right foot. Or if you want to use your strap, you're going to just take that strap around your foot, find your grip as close as you can to your foot, and come back up to standing. So here's step 2. Maybe you just hang out here. This is giving you a little bit deeper stretch through your right hip, preparing us for step 3. So if you want to move even further, take an inhale. On your exhale, kick your right heel out in front of you. So you're lengthening out, straightening out through your right leg. Now we don't want that right shoulder to hover in too much, which is why I like to use the strap. It allows me to bring my right shoulder back into place. I'm standing strong through my left leg, keeping my right toes flexed, lifting through the top of my head, and breathing. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Now you want to take it one step further. Hold here, and exhale, open on out to the right. So you're stretching through your adductor, the inside of your right thigh, keeping those right toes flexed. Stand up tall, maybe reach out with your left arm, fullest expression. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale, and then slowly release the same way that you came back in. That is a tough one. Also to do while you're talking. Pedal it out. Let's find this on the other side. Root down through your right leg. Lift up your toes. Find the 4 corners. Root the toes back down. Bend your left knee. Flex your left toes. Arms next to your side. Step 1. Step 2, grab for your left foot or place your strap. Come back up to standing. Step 2. If you want to move even further, use your exhale to kick your left foot out in front of you, flexing your left toes, and making sure not to drop your left shoulder too far in. If you want to take it even further, here for an inhale, and exhale, kick out to the left, keeping those left toes flexed, keeping your right hip in, top of your head lifted, maybe your right arm out to the side here, and breathe. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale, and then come out the same way that you came back in. Beautiful work, yogis. Nicely done. You can go ahead and drop that strap off to the side. You won't need that anymore. Come back facing the front of your mat, Tadasana. Inhale, extended mountain reach. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, walk your hands forward, back into plank, move through your chaturanga here. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. You can skip chaturanga at any time. Just meet us in downward facing dog if you would like. And we'll move on with our flow. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Hug it in. Again, shift shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog, kick back. Exhale, step through to your right thumb here. So low body's gonna stay the same. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms reach overhead. Deep, generous bend here through your right knee. Now if you feel wobbly, maybe toe heel your right foot out to the side a little bit, finding a wider stance. Reach up high. Long line of energy through your left heel. And breathe here. One more inhale. On your exhale, open arm twist to the right. So draw your right hands to the back, left arms to the front. Keep the bend in your right knee here. Keep your chest lifted. Feel your strength. One more inhale. Hold here for your exhale. Inhale, crescent back to center. Exhale, airplane your arms. So swoop your arms down and back here. Now your palms are facing the ground. Work your elbows in towards your back. Keep a deep bend in your right knee here. Chest is lifted. Keep your breath. Feel your strength. Embrace any wobbles. Inhale, crescent proper. Reach, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, lunge. Plant your hands. High plank. Chaturanga, moving from your high plank down to your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through next to your left thumb. Inhale, rise up, crescent proper. Anjaneyasana. Hold here, feel your strength. Maybe a deeper bend through your left knee. Maybe lift up through your right heel. Reach your arms high. And breathe. On your inhale, maybe you gaze up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. So draw your left fingers back, right fingers forward. Keep the bend in your left knee. Keep the right leg long and straight. Keep lifting through the top of your head. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, crescent back to center. Exhale, airplane your arms, so swoop them down and back. Chest stays lifted. Work your elbows, your shoulders back to your midline. Inhale, crescent proper, reach. And exhale, lunge, drop your hands, step back into high plank. You know where you're going here. Chaturanga, your variation, be okay with where you're at. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Hold here in your downward facing dog, keep breathing. And we're gonna move through that sequence again. One breath, one movement, picking up the pace. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, press the mat away. Inhale, three-legged dog, kick back. Exhale, step through to right thumb. Inhale, crescent, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open arm twist. Inhale, crescent proper, reach. Exhale, airplane your arms, extend out through your chest, gaze out in front of you. Inhale, crescent proper. Exhale, lunge, chaturanga. Move with your breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving along, inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift it forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, kick back. Exhale, step through to your left thumb. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, Anjaneyasana proper. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, lunge. Drop your hands. High plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank down to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job. Stay here. And then shift forward into your high plank. That's right, high plank. Feel strong, wrist under your shoulders, long line of energy up the crown of your head down to your heels. Now go ahead, drop down one forearm at a time. So we're coming into a forearm plank. Now we're holding here, forearm plank. Time has already begun. So hands ideally are at an 11, pressing the mat away, or you can bring and grip right in front of your face for a third point of contact. Either way, again, pressing the mat away, puffing up right in between your shoulder blades. Now I'm already shaking. This is hard to do while talking at the same time. So hug up through your belly here. Zip up through your core. Find a very slight tuck of your tailbone here. Engage and lift right above your kneecaps. Always know you can drop down to your knees at any time. Now we're well over halfway. We only have 15 more seconds here. So we want to energetically work our elbows towards our toes. This is going to send our chest out in front of us. Finding a deeper stretch. 2 more rounds of breath. Deep inhale. Stay for your exhale. 1 more round here. Feel your strength. And on your exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Nice work. Go ahead and stack your hands on top of one another. Drop the top of your head onto the top of your hands and just take 3 rounds of breath. You can bend your knees, windshield wiper your feet. This will release some pressure from your low back. And we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. So hands under your shoulders, curl your toes, press up into tabletop or high plank. And then meet me in downward facing dog. So I'm going to do a really quick demonstration of our peak posture so you know where you're going. So this peak posture, Ardha Chandrasana, again, there's a lot going on. So we want to work it in steps. And if you've found your spot where you feel challenged, stay there. Don't feel like you have to go to the fullest expression right now today. But when we come into this posture, we're coming into it from an extended side angle. So from Warrior 2, extended side angle. So from here, you can always just hang and hold, opening up through your shoulders and through your hips. But if you want to take it further, you drop your left hand to your hip and take a step in with your left foot. Now this is going to allow us to take our block about a foot or so in front of your right pinky toe. So it's a little bit off to the side. Now as you step that foot in, it allows you to bring your fingertips to that prop and slowly start to lengthen your right leg and lift your left leg. So you're balancing while also kicking back through the sole of your left foot. Now you want to bring that left leg as close to parallel as you can. Last step here, lifting up through your left hand. Finding expansion through our arms. Again, if you come out, just come back in. Work the top of your head to the front. And then we will release back into a Warrior 2. That was a really bad release on my part. But now you know where you're going, and you can take it in steps. So downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step through right in between your hands. Coming back into Warrior 2. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, settle into your Warrior 2. Inhale, 5-pointed star. So over your left shoulder, you're creating an X with your body, toes out, heels in. And exhale down into horse, hands through heart center, bend your knees. Maybe you close your eyes. Now you want to find some good foundation here. So open your eyes, gaze at your knees. They should be tracking over your toes. Chest is lifted, shoulders over your hips, hands to heart center here. Breathe into the inside of your thighs. On your exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, rise up, star. X with your body, toes out, heels in. And exhale, warrior two, front of the space, bend your right knee, heel to arch alignment. Beautiful job. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. So here we are in that extended side angle. Hang out here, or drop your left hand to your left hip. Walk in a couple feet with your left foot, finding a shorter stance. Bring your prop about a foot in front of our right pinky toe. Drop our fingers to the top of the prop. Lift off of our right standing leg. Lift our left leg as parallel as we can. Flexing your left toes. And then last step is to lift your left arm high. Woohoo! And breathe here, reaching up through your fingers, through the top of your head. Stamp your foot. One more inhale. And on your exhale, slowly lower down to a warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, cartwheel lunge to the front of the space. You can do a chaturanga, or you can meet us in downward facing dog. Awesome job. Other side, inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through to your left thumb. Right in between your hands, toe heel to the middle of your hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. And exhale, hold here. Inhale, 5-pointed star over your right shoulder, toes out, heels in. Exhale, horse, sink it low. Inhale, rise back, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two, front of the space, bend your left knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. And you know where we're going. If you're moving on to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, drop your right hand to your hip, toe heel in through your right foot. Now grab that block, that can of food, whatever it is, about a foot in front of your left toe. Drop your fingers to the prop, launch off of your right foot onto your left. Now bring your right foot as parallel to the mat as you can, while keeping your toes flexed. Fingers point to the floor. Last step, reaching your right hand high. Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe here. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down into warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, lunge to the front of the space. Chaturanga, last one of class here. Make it good, make it strong. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. One breath here together, fill it up. And exhale, let it go. Go ahead and drop to your knees. Take a seat towards the middle of your mat. So keep your knees bent, soles of your feet root into the earth. Hands extend out in front of you, and then use your core to slowly lower down. One vertebrae at a time, really engaging through your low obliques, or your low abdominals, until you come flat on the ground. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, curl up into a little tiny yogi ball. And take a big full body stretch. Kick your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms back behind you. Stretch it out. Good. Go ahead and bend both of your knees here. You're going to cross your right knee over your left, finding eagle legs. Now your left foot is rooted into the earth. You want to lift up through your hips, send them to the right, and then drop them back down. So your knees are automatically going to start twisting off to the left here. So finding a supine twist with the eagle leg variation. Arms maybe come to a T, maybe you cactus. To find a deeper stretch, take your gaze over your right shoulder here. Make sure to breathe through the twists and the turns of your entire spine. One more round of breath. On your inhale, slowly bring your knees back to center. You can unwind your legs, pedal them out. We're going to find this supine twist variation on the other side. So left knee crosses over your right. Sole of your right foot roots, lifting your hips, send them to the left. And then your knees will continue to bend and twist to the right here. So that just allows you to keep your hips neutral. Again, open your arms to a T. Deepest twist is to gaze over your left shoulder. Deep, long inhales and exhales. Inhale back to center. You can release your legs, pedal them out. Again, one, curl your knees up into your chest, hug it up into a little tiny yogi ball again. And then full body stretch. Go ahead and bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet towards the outside edges of your mat. Now let your knees drop in towards the middle. We're finding a constructive rest. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. So this will allow you to feel your breath first move into your upper chest, through your ribs, your lungs, down into your belly. And then exhale out the same way, releasing through your belly, through your chest, your ribs, and out your nose. Couple more rounds of breath. Feel your belly rise on your inhales and lower on your exhales. Now from here, slowly toe heel your feet towards the center of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees open wide like a book. Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs, if you'd like to call them that. Opposite hand to belly and heart. So again, go ahead and close your eyes. Feel your breath move through your body, moving down into the depths of your hips. One more round of breath. And bring your hands to the outside edges of your thighs and slowly draw your knees back up to center. Finding one more full body stretch here. Kick your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms back behind you as if it's the first stretch of the morning. Now you can find any additional posture if you want to move into a happy baby or anything like that. Feel free. This is your practice. Otherwise, you can move right into your Shavasana. So your corpse pose. Your legs reach long in front of you, head to the top of your mat, arms next to your side here. Now you have some options. One hand to belly and heart if you want. You can keep your hands down next to your body. Now you can bring your soles of your hands up to the sky. If you're looking to receive any energy, you can root your palms into the earth if you're looking for that solid foundation, if you're looking for some roots. Now just back to your normal breath here. You don't need to force it. Relishing in this time that you have on your mat, this time that you've created for yourself. Working today on a lot of balancing postures, which can oftentimes bring up a lot of frustrations. Even for myself as an instructor in front of a camera, as I'm showing you the posture, I'm falling out of it and I'm thinking to myself, gosh, Mackenzie, you need to be better than this. But you know what? I'm human just like everybody else. There's going to be days when we feel so strong and supported in those balancing postures. And the very next day, we can try that same exact posture and it can feel completely different. We can feel off balance some days. So just notice where you're at today. Be okay with that. Know that tomorrow, if you go through the same flow, you may feel better. You may feel worse. You may feel the same. Be gentle with your thoughts towards yourself and others. Now we all need Shavasana, so I'm going to let you hang out here in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. Again, my name's Mackenzie. Thank you so much for joining me today. While you're in your Shavasana, just bring your hands up to heart center, palms press into each other. The student in me honors and sees the teacher in each and every one of you. Although I cannot physically see you, I know that you are there. I can see that you are watching. I can feel your energy through my phone. We've created this amazing sense of community as we are being forced to slow down. You can respond in the comments with any questions or comments or feedback on class. Again, find me on Spotify for any playlists. And keep on YogaPod Fort Collins' Facebook page. We have some exciting things coming up. Thank you again. Namaste. You're going to hang out here maybe 30 more rounds of breath if you have that time. Thanks for joining. Have a good Friday.